when you watch television nowadays, there's so much of it, and you go, I know you're going to be bad, I know you're going to be good, I know you're going to be the comedy and the relief. I think he's done an amazing job, Andrew, of showing the complexity of people. Sometimes there's the person you never think is going to be funny tells the funniest joke and everyone howls. Then there's the arrogant person who's perceived to be, charmless and has some lovely bit of depth to them. I think he's someone that's complicated. He's trying to find his place in the world. He's got a title but no money. It's like every person in student debt trying to go out on the King's Road. Do you know what I mean? And he's naughty, and he likes the fact that his all men of their time, women was their currency, and he wants to be rich. I felt about as much pressure as the moment I found out Andrew Davis had written it. I was like, well, it's a big ask, and then you read it and you go, well, he's nailed it. You really get the impression. Listen, he's a scholar of that, and who knows, whether she would be happy anyone adapting anything that she's written. But if you're gonna take a punt, you'd like to think that she would have endorsed it. I mean, it's very much like the passing of an Olympic flame. It's like he's done it. He's been accoladed for it. He's proved time and time again that he's got the talent to do it. And I mean, I think he's done it regardless. In reading the scripts, it's our job to try and bring them to life. But just from the scripts alone, for me, no fault. It's funny because you work with him every day, and also you don't all at the same time because his work is on the page. You can have a discussion about something very specific. You can write an email. Maybe I think this particular moment is jarring for the character, but it happened never really. The people you work with day to day are the directors, Ollie, Lisa, Charles, Belinda, Georgina. They're magical, very calm, very stressless people who have artistic license and integrity. It's rare to get that from production teams. They're trying to amalgamate the two worlds of artistic and economic maybe, and they did that effortlessly. They both and stretched above and beyond for me. So when they explain like a weather front, and you're like, this doesn't make sense, this is never going to happen, this is some lie that you're just to teach me. Go to Breen Beach on a Friday, 5 p.m, you're going to see a weather front. It's like Game of Thrones, a game of fire and ice. It's like that. You don't really know why it's happening, but it is happening, and you're sort of enjoying it. It's totally insane. Then mix that with cricket on the beach at 5 on a Friday, and it's deeply interesting. Like everything, it's funny because it's part of a course, isn't it? When you're growing up, I don't know if you were like me, but I wanted to read the things that people weren't telling you to read, and I don't mean higher reading. I was probably more of like a Harry Potter person. I got from your look right there, you were like, the Bible? For me, it was like, you were taught it, so you looked at it with some kind of skeptical eye. It's a bit like you read Charles Dickens now and you go, oh God, it's actually really good. Why did I hate this so much? So for me, it was like looking upon it with an adult eye, in as much as I can look upon something with an adult eye. So it was a different experience. Now I look at, and you work with someone who's just brilliant, and I guess it's the medium with which you experience it, isn't it? I'm better at reading a script than a book, I guess. I'm the kind of guy who went to Chessington World of Adventures and Thorpe Park in a week. Like, I like that sort of insanity. When you're talking about that sort of time, they just loved to get away, didn't they? It was opium den times. It was like, let's go and swim in the sea. You're telling me these people weren't high when they suggested this? It's freezing cold. It's insanity. They just like to get out of Dodge and go and get hammered. So I mean, who wouldn't want to be in Sanditon? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like a madhouse. Why wouldn't you go there? As Crow, who's just one of the best characters in this whole thing, who's sort of a degenerate, alcoholic, rich guy. All he does is wander around pissed, trying to pick up girls. I mean, it's literally like that's what the joy of it was. Everyone else is here to build this wonderful resort and to have like this complete joy. People just want to jolly away for the weekend or a week, and I think that's what life is like. It's like a city break, isn't it? But with a touch of opium.